Hello and very good evening, everyone. I'm your host Anurag, and I welcome you all to on the behalf of student organization Aspiring. Today we have a very exciting, amazing sessions planned for you. So I hope everyone is doing good. Yes. Okay. So our guest speaker, Mr. Kushal Vijay, please let me know if I'm audible.
Hey,
Hey. Hello. Am I audible to you?
yes, you are audible.
Okay. So, Mr.
Okay.
Kushal, do you have any presentation you'd like to start with, or can we
Yes,
dive? Okay, you have a
I do
presentation.
have a presentation for you folks.
Okay.
I just want to know how many folks are currently watching and just want to get the idea how's the energy, how are you folks,
Yeah,
and how are you, Anurag?
I'm fine. I'm doing very good today. Like,
Great.
it's a great
So,
evening. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, folks, you can comment down in which particular language you want me to speak. You want me to speak in Hindi? You want me to speak in English? We can do the session in that particular language. Uh, if you're okay with English, just great. Okay. So just comment down anything you want to because I want to see some interaction to make the session more interesting. Anurag, can you confirm if my video is clear or and
Yeah.
my audio is fine?
Yeah. Your
There is no
video and audio
background
is
noise
very
or
clear.
anything. Okay,
No.
cool. Okay, really excited. So Karthik is saying
Yeah.
English.
I think.
Okay, let's proceed with English only then.
Yes.
Cool. So let me start with a small presentation that I have created. Then we can move on to whatever questions you folks have. You can put your questions in the chat that is going on, and I guess you already have some questions in your head for me, Anurag. So we'll be taking those, later in the session. So shall I start them?
Yeah. You can start.
Okay, cool. Let me quickly share my screen. Uh, So by the time I'll be sharing my screen, I'll not be able to see anything what's going on. So if there is anything, feel free to interrupt me in between. And if there will be any background noise or something like that, just let me know. I will try to,
There's a little
because
background
there is
noise.
actually
I
there is
think there's a
some
little
a wedding going
background noise.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's.
actually there
I
is a
think you can.
wedding going on.
It's
I'm
not too
really
loud,
sorry
but
for that. Yeah,
yeah.
let me see if I can do anything for this. Give me a second. Let me give me a second. I'll try to.
Okay.
So basically, there is a wedding going on in my area, and for that reason, there is a lot of background noise. Anyways, let's start with the presentation. Today, we are going to talk about a lot about software engineering in general and landing your first software engineering job. So uh, I hope you will have a lot of questions by the end of the session. And do hit me whatever questions come to your mind during the presentation and we'll take them by the end of the session. Okay, cool. So before starting, let me tell you something about me. I'm Kushal Vijay. You can search me on Google as well. You may find my profile. I'm currently working as a software engineer at Microsoft, and previously I've done internships at Microsoft only and Stack Guardian, which is a German-based startup. Uh, Currently, I also run a YouTube channel. You might find the link to my channel in the description below. There we have a huge family of around 25,000 subscribers. I've also been ACM ICBC regionalist in 2019, and I also have a good experience in freelancing because I like developing things a lot. So this is a brief intro of mine. If you want to know more, you can connect with me over different social media handles that I have. I'll be telling those handles by the end of this PPT. Moving ahead, what we are going to talk today, we are going to talk about software engineering in general. What is reality, like software engineering reality versus expectations? Because as a computer science student, you might be having some aspiration. You might be having some expectation from the software engineering career, you are going to pursue in future. So we'll be talking about the reality and the expectation of students. Then we are going to touch a very important topic, that is why everyone wants to work at product based companies. We'll take a gist about it, not will not dive deep into it. Then we'll be talking about how to get opportunities, because opportunities to get into such product based companies or FANG companies or big tech giants, uh, or any good company or any good startup. Then very important topic that we are going to cover will be catalyst to your growth, with things which will help you to excel in your career, to grow in your career, and to grow in your career basically. Then lastly, we are going to talk about a few things which are really important, and probably you might not be aware of that, right? So let's move on to our first thing, that is expectations. So before jumping on to reality versus expectation, I want to know, do you know what is software engineering? Like, do you know the in general definition of it? If you know, just comment down, or in a single word, if you can define, or in a single sentence, if you can define what is software engineering. So, what is software engineering? It's a engineering practice which involves maintaining, testing, developing different softwares, uh, to basically solve a real world problem. So, this is in general uh, software engineering, basically to develop a software and to maintain, to test, to solve a particular problem. That is what software engineering in general means. Now, students have a lot of expectations with software engineering career, but the reality is often disappointing. So we'll be talking about those myths first of all. So I hear it a lot that students have this conception in mind that software engineers code all day, like they write, they sit in front of their machines, and they write code from the morning till the end of the day. But that's not really true. And the reality is, software engineers mostly communicate, mostly interact with people during their most of the part of their day, expressing what they are doing, updating others with whatever they have implemented, and what approach they are following, allowing others to understand what things are going behind, behind a particular product they are working on. So the reality is, writing code all day is a myth, and software engineering day-to-day life involves more communication, more meetings, more learning, and not coding all day. So this was the first myth that I want to clear. The second is working on new projects mostly. So this is completely a wrong myth. When students think that whenever engineer joins a company, they'll be given a chance to work on different new projects that the company is going to pursue in future, but that is a false reality. Mostly student software engineers work on legacy projects or older projects which are there in the company, which are making revenue for the company, and they are not they are involved in maintaining that code, testing that code, or fixing any bugs which are coming, which are coming on day-to-day basis. So this is what a software engineer do on their day-to-day basis. Instead of working on new projects, they actually maintain the older projects. Now, uh, as we all know, getting a software engineering job involves data structures and algorithms, mathematics, computers. You might have heard that there are a lot of programmers doing competitive programming, which involves mathematics as well. So students have this confusion: do we need to be, expert in mathematics to be a part of software engineer, to be a software engineer in future? So this is not reality. Even students who do not belong to computer science background, even I am from electronics background, although I have mathematics in my curriculum, uh, in my plus one and plus two as well, but it is not mandatory to have an expertise over mathematics to be a good software engineer. Although it will help, because math, if you're good at mathematics, you'll be good at problem solving, you'll be good at mental ability, your logical or thinking capabilities will be amazing, but it's not mandatory. You can be a great software engineer, and you can be very bad at maths. That both these things can coexist, right? Now, fourth thing is data structures and algorithms. So you folks are from, you might be from first year, second year, third year, or final year, and most of the time would be involved in developing things or solving data structures and algorithm problems over different platforms like Lead, Code, Code Chef, Keep for Geeks, or anywhere else. And you might be thinking that you are investing so much time over solving data structures and algorithm problems. Is it going to help you in your software engineering career? Are you going to solve longest palindromic subsequence or DP problems or tree problems in your job as well? The harsh reality is no, you're not going to touch any such kind of problems in your software engineering career. But while implementing different features, you might use some amazing algorithm which are there in DSA. You might use the problem solving skills that you get while solving DSA problems. You will be basically why companies ask DSA problems, because if you are good at solving DSA problems, your problem solving skills are very good, and that's what companies needed. Because when you solve real world problems as a software developer, problem solving is a skill which is very important. It will help you to brainstorm on different ideas, different approaches, and that's how you solve a problem which customers face, right? So that's how data structures algorithm are consumed in your software development career. Final point is software engineering boring? So it can be for the folks who are not at all interested in developing things, who are not at all curious in learning new technologies, who are not at all interested in technology, in technologies. It can be a boring thing for you folks. You can work as a software engineer just to earn money, but you'll soon face burnout. If you are genuinely interested in developing new things, building projects, learning new technologies, edge-cutting technologies which are coming in the future. For example, metaverse is something which is booming right now. So if you somewhere inside you, if you feel like you should learn metaverse or you should explore about it, then I can imagine, I can guess that you truly love software engineering in general. So software engineering is an amazing domain, and but I would suggest, if you feel the same that I felt when I heard metaverse and saw some examples, saw some user cases, then only you should go for software engineering as a career. If not, you should talk to yourself, talk to your conscience, and then move forward for a particular domain. So these are the five myths that I feel students have during their college days about software engineering. If you folks have any other myths, please comment down and we'll be taking them later in the video. Anurag, just to confirm, my audio and my video is clear. Hello.
Yeah, you are clear.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. Yes.
Are you continuing with the
Yes.
presentation?
Yes. I am
Yeah,
continuing
okay.
with the presentation. Yeah.
Yeah.
So our reality versus expectation thing is done now. The second topic was why students want to be a part of product-based companies or fan companies. So we'll touch it in brief. Why everyone want to work at Google or Microsoft or Amazon, or so the first and foremost reason is they pay really good. Their work culture is really good. They provide you amazing perks, amazing benefits along with a good pay, and everyone wants to live a great life, a leisure life. So that is one of the most important reasons why everyone wants to work at product based companies, because they provide good money, they provide amazing benefits, they give you work life balance, and that's what all every person wants from their job. The second most reason is, if you are into software development, if you love development, if you love learning technologies, that's what product based companies provide. They will put you in a stage where you will have to learn a lot, you will have to develop amazing things, you will have to work with some amazing technologies, and that's what you are interested in, right? If you truly love software engineering. So that those were the two reasons that I feel uh, you know uh, creates an urge among the students to work for a product based company or a fan company. There are other reasons also, obviously the brand name, the reputation you get in your family members, Wherever you go, you'll okay. The person works at Google, the person works at Amazon. It gives you a kind of respect from others that you are doing a great job, and you might be impacting millions. You'll get a chance to impact millions and billions of customers. If I work on a product, right? I work for the office team. Currently billions of users, not millions but billion of users use office, right? So office across different platforms, so I'm a small part of it. So I am contributing to the customer success. I'm impacting billion of people around the globe, so which is very impactful and uh, kind of motivation for me as well, and for engineers who are working on such products. So these are the 3 points which actually allow the creates the urge among the students to work for product based companies or fan companies. Now moving ahead, how you can get a job at a product based company or a or a uh, fan company. How to get job opportunities. Now we'll be touching only off campus opportunities, sources, because on campus opportunities is something you are not involved in. Your TNP cell or your placement coordinators, contact with the companies and they visit directly. You don't have to put any efforts in getting the test link or anything like that as compared to off campus. So the most important thing that students should use to get an off campus opportunity is LinkedIn. If you folks are not on LinkedIn, I highly recommend you please go there, start being active there, connect with amazing people which are there on LinkedIn, start reading content, and I'll give you an idea what to post, because students often ask me like what to post on LinkedIn, Kushal, because we don't have anything, any kind of content, we don't have any kind of achievement or any particular CP rank, or we have not created any project recently. So what to post on LinkedIn to get some reach? So today you are attending a session which is given by me. You might learn a few things. You can go on LinkedIn or Twitter, post about the three takeaways that you get out of this video. Tag me. I'll react. I'll comment on that particular post, and you might get some reach. And with time, if you will continue this thing, you will get a lot of reach and people will get attention. Okay, this person is doing something. I'll give you a simple example. You might be using Instagram, right? You see a particular picture, you see a particular reel, and then go to the person's profile. You'll never do a thing like you will be going to someone's profile and then going to a particular post. The post is the thing which creates a pathway to the person's profile. And the same thing happens at LinkedIn as well. The recruiter won't go to your profile until unless you post or you will be active on LinkedIn, right? So you need to be active, you need to react on different posts, you need to provide your feedback through comments over different content, and that's how you'll gain attention, and that's how recruiters will see your profile, and eventually you'll get some amazing opportunities. Just to give you an instance, in the last 60 days I have got so many opportunities from so many big companies, including Uber, Google, Salesforce, Amazon, and many more, some foreign startups as well, abroad, startups from outside as well. And that is because I feel I'm pretty active on LinkedIn. I post frequently, although YouTube is one of the reasons I post frequently on LinkedIn. But I know not everyone runs a YouTube channel, but you can post about anything you do. You made a new project, you can post about it. You achieved something in a competition, you can post about it. You attended a session, you can post about it, and that's how you'll get some reach. And once you will get some reach, people will note you, and that is a Kickstarter for you to get your next job opportunity. Now, second topic is hiring events. There are amazing platforms like Hacker, Dare to Compete, Hacker Rank, or TechGig, where companies, host their hiring contest, and people are really not aware of it. Uh, n- I can bet on it that most of you won't visit any of those websites at least 2-3 times a week, because why would someone visit Hacker Earth on daily basis just to check if there is any competition going on? If a person is really in need of getting a job, then definitely he or she is going to do that. But in general, students don't visit different websites. but you should visit because companies do hire from such websites. I'll give you an instance. Currently, on Dare to Compete website, there are three challenges going on from Nvidia, Uber, and JustPay. They're hiring for, you know, candidates from 2021 batch to 2025 batch. So you can get amazing job opportunities there. Today only I've created a video on the same on job opportunities. You can check that as well. But the main point here is there are a lot of opportunities going on. You just need to be aware of it. You just need to be active across so that you can, you don't miss any such opportunities. Third is direct invites, which is a part of LinkedIn as well as Twitter. So if you're on Twitter, then you might be aware of Twitter Spaces. So what happens is on LinkedIn, if you go for a recruiter's profile, if you will message them, there is hardly a chance they'll reply to you because the number of connections they have, the number of DMs they get on daily basis is very huge. But as compared to Twitter, where the followers, the number of followers is very less, you'll find you'll see that the probability of getting a response from the recruiter is very high. So what you can do is, I've seen this in Twitter Spaces, recruiters share about that. Okay, I belong to this company. There are a lot of openings going on. If you're interested, please DM me. Now this kind of thing doesn't happen on LinkedIn. So Twitter is a place where you can get your next job opportunity just by attending amazing technical spaces. So if you're not aware of it, put a comment in that. Put a comment that Kushal Bhaiya OP. Okay. Now moving on to the fourth thing, which is YouTube. You might be using YouTube for entertainment content, for comedy content, for songs, or maybe fitness content, but you should start consuming YouTube uh, as a source to get your next job. You might be learning a lot of things from YouTube, but I guess you have not leveraged it to get your next job. There are a lot of YouTube channels which are providing job opportunities on day-to-day basis. Mine, or I have a lot of friends in the YouTube community which are providing amazing content related to job opportunities, related to hiring challenges and all, which is helping the students. So you should utilize YouTube in in a way that will entertain you as well as help you in getting your next job opportunity. Okay, these are the points that I want to cover in how to get a job opportunity. Let's move on to our next slide, which is catalyst to your growth. Now, what is a catalyst? Let's quickly revise the concept of chemistry. What is a catalyst? Now, a catalyst is a substance which can accelerate the process from the reactants to the products. Now, here the reactant is you, and the product is getting a job in your hand. Now, catalyst can help you accelerate this process of getting the job. First is networking. Once you'll network with a lot of people, you get to know their perspective about things. You get to know. So today you're talking to me, kind of, right? You will know based on my experiences whatever problems I face. So I am sharing my experiences, and from here only you will be getting some insights we should do, or what we should not do in order to excel in our career or grow in our career. So networking is really important. If you're doing competitive programming, if you're doing open source, if you're participating in hackathons, go to LinkedIn, type that keyword, find like-minded people, connect with them, interact with them as much as you can. Obviously, productive conversations should be there, so that you can grow in your career. Secondly, competition. We are really afraid of giving competitions. You might be solving 10 DSA problems daily, but you are afraid of giving lead code weekly contest. Now this should be you should overcome this fear. Giving contest will help you examine yourself. There are a lot of contests going on. We are really afraid of participating in hackathon because we think the project that we will build will not be good enough. Now this is really bad. You should not think of the end result before even starting, right? So do participate in whatever competitions which are going on. If you're interested in development, go for hackathons. The reality is either you will succeed or either you will learn from it. You will never fail. If you'll keep this thought in your mind, you will reach milestones. Third point is communication. On day-to-day basis, now things are getting offline, so you will be communicating with people physically, right? You would, earlier, like we are doing, in virtual meetings, you might communication can be communication was at ease, I would say. But when you meet physically, people will notice you from top to bottom. They will, focus on your body language, the way you speak, the way you caters your expressions, everything. So one should focus on their communication skill, whatever language they're using, what their body language is while communicating to others. Are they capable enough, or are they comfortable enough to express what they are thinking in their head? If today I'll not be explain, or if I'll not be able to express my thoughts in a way that you can understand, the whole 1 hour session would be a waste of time for you as well as for me. So I don't want to waste yours and mine time. So I want, if you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat. So fourth thing is personal finance. So in our, if you are a math science student, you might not know about. Is anyone speaking? Hello.
No, you can continue
Yeah.
whatever
Please.
is.
Yeah. So, fourth thing is personal finance. Personal finance is really important when, if you're a science math student, you might not be aware of this particular domain, but when you'll come join a company, you'll get, you'll start feeling the pain. Okay, personal finance is really important. So, before joining a company, I would suggest everyone. Even I felt this because I was not aware of anything. Taxes, how tax saving can happen, stock market, and everything. These things can help you before, if you will be prepared beforehand. So just go through some amazing YouTube tutorials, YouTube courses which are there about personal finance, and you'll lead an amazing life once you'll join your first company. Final thing and the most important thing is understanding yourself. If you'll not understand that you like software engineering, or you are just doing it for money, uh, you will be in big trouble after a few years of your career. You truly, you should have a urge inside you to develop things, to make impact, to communicate with people, to network with people. That's, that's when you will have the motivation to continue your career in future. But if you lack those things, I would highly recommend software engineering is an interesting career. You can develop these things with time. But if you are, you're failing to do so, you should think about it and talk to yourself to switch your career. So these are the catalysts for your growth points. Now, final, I will cover them quickly. How the referral system works. Students have this doubt, face this out a lot. They ask me this question quite a lot of times, how this particular referral system works. Now, whenever there is a job opening, you might go to LinkedIn, connect with a lot of people of that particular company to get the referral. Now, how you sometimes students are shy in asking for referral. First of all, you should not be shy while asking for a referral. And how to ask for a referral? Basically, you just have to say a greeting, hi, hello, hope you are well. Give the resume link, not the PDF, because nobody is free enough to download the PDF and then look for it. They are not available to fill their storage just because of your resumes. So share a link, share the job ID or the job link, and then just simply ask, can you refer me? If not, then that's okay. You should not argue with the person. Secondly, why will someone refer you? Because they will be getting a reward. If you'll get hired because of their referral. So there is no harm in asking for referral, and employees are employees will get a reward once they'll refer someone and the person gets hired. Now, how the referral system works, for example, you ask me for a referral, I will refer you, you will get a mail. That particular mail will have a apply link. You don't have to apply directly after asking for referral. You have to wait for the mail. The mail will have a apply link which is unique to you. You will have to apply with that apply link, and that's how the referral thing works. And I mean, students face the confusion that just asking for a referral and then applying directly to career website is correct, but that's not. You have to wait for the mail from that person, from the company, and then you have to apply with that apply link. Why you're not getting the test link? So there are a lot of reasons associated with it which are generic and which can be improved. One is, I'll talk about the generic reasons first. They might be the hiring drive is cancelled, might be the head count is very low, might be the vacancies are filled, or these are some generic reasons. But the actual reason which you can improve is you should modify your resume according to the job description. uh, there could be, you should write the correct words in your resume. I have talked to a lot of recruiters and they told me, Kushal, we sometimes scale. So for example, we have selected 90 resumes, we sometimes scale resumes out of it just by some keywords. For example, if the student has software engineering intern in their resume, we get them in, and we neglect all others. So you should, if you're applying for a job, software engineering job, make sure you, if you have software engineering experience in internship or kind of experience in your resume, you should write it in the correct way. You should not just write internship experience, or make it complete, right? Make it complete so that you won't miss on such type of scaling methods, right? So resume is one thing. Then LinkedIn, you should apply. Whenever you apply, you should, if there is an option to add your LinkedIn ID, you should add your LinkedIn ID, and maintain your LinkedIn ID. Whatever you have done recently, you should maintain that thing on your LinkedIn as well, because LinkedIn is something which is very much used nowadays. Recruiters are walking more through their LinkedIn profiles instead of the resume. So you should focus on building a resume. You should give more time in building your LinkedIn ID, I would say, instead of your resume. Now, students have this doubt that we should do CP or not. CP is something which is an amazing sport, I would say. You get to learn a lot of things. Your problem solving skills will increase. Your thinking ability, logical ability will increase. Problem solving skills will increase, which will help you in your career. But is it really required to get a good job? I would say no. If you are aiming for companies like Coordination, Google, Uber, then definitely CP will be used in clearing their online test. But if you're aiming for a good job with a great work-life balance, you can crack them without CP. So that this is the short answer to this question. Now, how social media can get you a job? I've already mentioned. I've already mentioned about this fact that how social media can help you. LinkedIn is one of the amazing resource that is giving or providing students amazing job opportunities. And learning in public is the skill that you have to pursue in order to get a job via social media. Whatever you do on daily basis, if you feel it is as an achievement, post about it. I have talked to a lot of people, and there are three reasons why they don't post about what they do in public. One is they feel they will be judged. People will judge them, right? Second is they feel their project or their achievement is not good enough to be posted on LinkedIn or to be posted on Twitter. Third is, uh, I mean, they don't know how to post content, or I mean, they feel like people will not react to it. It will not get reach. This is a very this is a kind of fear which students have. And like whomsoever is watching this, I would advise you to please work on this thing. Avoid, try to neglect this fear and try to post about whatever you do, whatever you achieve. Even it's a smaller achievement, post about it. Don't care about whatever reactions you will be getting or people will be judging you or not. If they want to see your content, they'll follow you. If they don't, they'll unfollow you. It's up to them. And believe me, if you have 1,000 followers or 2,000 followers, they are not giving you the job opportunity. But if you will post, you might get the attention of a recruiter, and she or he is going to give you the job opportunity. So don't care. Don't worry about the judgment or comments that your criticism that your followers will pass on whatever you post. Just focus on you are doing to grow in your career, to get some job opportunities. Just focus on the main aim that you focus on the aim that you had in your mind in the first place while posting that content, right? So these are some of the points that I wanted to cover. Now you'll see my social handles over Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. YouTube and Telegram. We have a Telegram group, a channel as well, which has more than 75,000, 7,500. Sorry, not 75,000, 7,500 folks. And thank you for being such a nice audience. So now we'll be taking questions from uh,
Mhm.
from you folks.
Yeah.
Let me stop
Okay.
share.
Kushal, can you see me?
Yes,
Hello.
I can. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that was a brilliant presentation, I must say. Everyone would be quite influenced by your words. Okay, so Mr. Kushal, the burning
Just
question by
just a point I want to I have like 7,000 requests on my LinkedIn pending. But I will, since you are a part of LPU aspiring community, if you'll give me a request right now, I will accept that. And I want you folks to give me a message, like a small feedback about the session. I would love to hear that and I will reply to it. Now you can
okay,
continue, Anurag.
so everyone who's interested can go in on his LinkedIn. Okay, so the burning question by our audience is Microsoft is a big company and ambition of many. So how did you exactly get in and what has been your experience so far?
Yeah. So as so I haven't covered that particular slide in this video. I will divide everything into five pillars. So if you'll be able to clear those five pillars, you'll be able to get a job in any company. One is you need to have, the five pillars is basics, then the core, then the development, then the, fundamentals, and then comes the catalyst. So the first thing, which is basics, covers the programming languages, and programming language should follow object oriented concepts. Now, you can learn C++, you can learn Java. I would not prefer Python just because interviewers don't like it, because it's there are a lot of constraints associated with it. Now, moving on to the essentials. Essential is the data structures. If you're good at data structures and algorithms, any company would hire you. You just have to present your skills. You just have to showcase that you can solve amazing DSA problems, or you are good at DSA. This is the essential pillar. Third is the development. You need to have development skills in whichever domain you like, maybe web development, Android development, machine learning, deep learning, Android development, any one of it, and you, or maybe two of it. And this is one of the most important part, because eventually when you will join a company, you will be developing products, you will be developing things. So if you don't know development, then how can someone trust you that you will be able to learn whatever they are doing in their company? Right. So this is the third, which is the development. Fourth is fundamentals, or the core. you know uh, Learning fundamentals is very important. Computer science domain is something which is in parallel with software engineering, and software engineering will require you to have understanding of databases, system design, computer networks, operating systems. If you have the general understanding of these things, you are good to go. You need to have understanding of these, because these are fundamentals needs to be clear in order to uh, to excel in your software engineering career. The final is catalyst. As I already mentioned, catalyst is something which can accelerate your process from reactants to products. Competitive programming, hackathons, open source development are things which can accelerate your process of getting a job. So these are the five pillars that can get you a great job very quickly. How I got a job at Microsoft? I first got the internship at Microsoft, which is then further converted to a PPO, and that's how I got a full time job at Microsoft. So I guess I am able to answer the question. If not, please, uh, put them in the chat.
I think that answered their questions. Okay, so uh, this is the questions we have gathered from the students. So can
Sure.
you explain what exactly is software engineering and how it is different from software development?
So basically, software engineering is our engineering practices used to develop softwares, right? So this is a general line that that I feel you might you know you will be able to understand difference between software development and software engineering. So software engineering involves testing, maintaining, debugging, developing softwares to solve real world problems. So I hope a small this small answer would be able to answer this question.
Okay,
Yeah.
we have another question. As a first year student, I want to ask, is one programming language that is better than other?
Okay, as a first year student, I would highly recommend you to learn C++. You might be taught C programming language in your first year or your first semester. That's completely okay. But and you have heard from a lot of people that you cannot jump to another language or C++ without completing C. That's completely false. You can jump to C++. You can use the book E. Balaguru Swami, or there are amazing lectures on the internet as well from Saurabh Shukla, which will help you to learn C++ from scratch to the advanced level, advanced but intermediate level actually. And C++ is the language that I will suggest because it follows object-oriented programming paradigm, and you can continue learning C++ to a lot of extent. Even today, also in my company, I'm using C++ as one of the languages, and I'm loving C++ because I'm learning the advanced concepts of it, which are truly amazing. Yeah.
Okay, so we have another question. What are the job roles that you can do in software engineering?
So software engineering is like a generic word. Software engineer is bound to do anything related to software, computer science domain. For example, I was into web development when I was in college. I used to do a lot of web development. I was into NLP, natural language processing. But when I joined the company as a software engineer, I was put into a team which is related to Android development. So, software engineer is someone which is expected to work in any of these domains like machine learning, Android development, web development, blockchain, even blockchain as well, if the company is doing some work in that domain. So, you have a lot of domain. If you're joining a good company, they would be working in, almost all those domains, be it ML, be it DL, be it NLP, be it web dev, be it Android dev, or so on and so forth.
Okay, that was great answer. Uh, and what are the skills required for this doing this software engineering?
So, doing software engineering, most important part is the development. You need to have the zeal to develop new things. You need to have that urge to learn new technologies, because eventually when you will join a company, you'll come to know that what they are doing is completely different from what you did in your college projects. The things are will be completely different when you will join a company. The things are very much organized. There are a lot of constraints, there are a lot of policies going on. So but if you are good at development, you will be able to adapt very quickly. This is what I have experienced. Since I was into freelancing, I used to develop a lot of things, when I worked as a freelancer, for because I build some real world projects which are still consumed by a lot of people across the world. So that particular excitement that I got while developing things is something that helped me adapting to the software engineering environment. That's what I would say.
Okay, I see a question. Which platform
Okay,
is
I
best?
want to. So
Okay.
this person, Nazy Art, is commenting again and again. I want to know your name, man. You can comment down your name. I want to know who you are. Okay, yeah, please, Anurag.
I was actually telling you this question he asked, which platform is
Okay.
best for competitive coding?
So there is no particular website basically to to which is best for computer coding. But what I started with CodeChef, it was very popular in 2018, and but I have seen that students are. But for the beginners, I would suggest CodeChef, and then I would suggest Code Forces. If you are, if you are very much into computer programming, after practicing a lot in CodeChef, you should switch to Code Forces because there are a lot of time-bound contests there. On CodeChef, why I'm suggesting for the beginners, because it has that long challenge for 10 days where you will have enough time to do amazing problems, discuss with your friends. So it will be a Kickstarter for you to to start your journey in competitive programming. Code Forces doesn't have this thing of long challenge or anything like that. So that's why initially code check, then you can jump to Code Forces.
Okay, we have one more question, that is, what is the scope of software engineering?
Okay. So you might be, you might have read across the internet about this, that AI will replace software developers, AI will replace developers. Recently, GitHub has released GitHub Copilot, or Tab9 is a tool which can suggest you code snippets. So what is the need of software developers? So think in this way, that GitHub Copilot is a tool, or Tab9 is a tool which is developed by developers. It works on the code which is written by developers. How can that particular tool or AI can outwork developers? So it can never. First of all, so software engineering career will be here to stay for a long period of time, because you can see the boom in the last 2 years. The digital transformation that we got for in the last 2 years could have been, if the things would be normal, it would have taken 10 years, right? So in IT industry, things are booming at a rapid growth, and if you're a part of it, I would, it's a you are heading towards a great career ahead, and you will be learning a lot. That's what I can say.
Okay, so do you have anything else that you want to share with everyone, like your
Mhm.
experience or anything? That's
So I want to, like, as I already mentioned in my PPT as well, learning in public is something which I didn't did in look, yeah, I didn't do in my initial years of engineering, but I would suggest everyone to do it. Today, we can you can just take a screenshot of the screen and put it on social media. I won't mind that, and write the three takeaways that you get that you got out of this session, because it will be a kind of kickstarter for you of getting active on LinkedIn or Twitter, and you might get some great opportunities. I'll give you an instance. Recently, around 10 days ago, a student from our community only. His name is Ishank Bansal. You can search it on LinkedIn as well. He texted me, Kushal Bhaiya, I have created a project. I have posted about it on LinkedIn. It was his first post on LinkedIn. He just created a video demo of of his project and posted on LinkedIn, and he asked me to react or comment on it. And he might have asked some other folks as well, but his post went viral. It got around 550 500 reactions. I don't know the exact number, and the post went viral. Around 10 to 15 founders, startup founders, texted him, and he told me yesterday, Kushal Bhaiya, I am giving 2 to 3 interviews on daily basis. Now imagine the power of social media. A single project made him popular, got him so many opportunities. So this is, I felt so happy when he told me, because I was on a Google Meet while he told me about this, and I felt so happy while listening to him, that uh, you know just posting on public about the work he did got him so many opportunities. Yeah.
okay. There's a comment by Vikram Deed that I want to become a network engineer and I want you to mentor me.
Okay, so what can you please repeat?
I want to become a network engineer, he says,
Okay.
and he wants you to be his mentor. How can you
I
help
would
him?
be glad. I would be glad to be, to mentor you. You can connect with me on LinkedIn. I don't have much understanding of network engineering, honestly, but I can help you basically guide in general what you need to do, where you need to search for resources, and how you can prepare for it. This is what I can do. Okay, Pranav is saying something that it was an amazing. Okay, yes, definitely, Pranav. I am going to accept your request, and thanks for the feedback. You can uh, post it on uh, LinkedIn as well. I hope you folks have enjoyed whatever I spoke today. Just put it in the chat if it it helped you. And if you have any questions, just hit me up.
Any anyone has any queries, you can ask him and give your positive vibes.
I enjoyed it actually. I mean,
Hey, this
uh,
has been a great session. I I enjoyed it thoroughly.
I really appreciate that, Anurag.
That your
What projects to
presentation
do?
was amazing.
Okay. Okay, so what projects to do? Neeraj, that's a really good question, I would say. Students often face this issue. We know web development, now what project to do? So I'll give you a small idea. What you need to do is, if you are good at web development or if you are good at app development, just go to a particular website. For example, what I've heard from some amazing folks is, what they did, they went to shadi.com, they saw the complete UI, the features, and then they decide, okay, I can add a small feature to it and create my own project. Now, now you will say shadi.com is a very huge project. How will you build that thing? Now, then you have to go to GitHub, search for similar projects to shadi.com, download the repo, sorry, add your feature to it, and then boom, you will create a completely different project, and you can put that in your resume as well. This is how you grow. This is how you learn. So I feel, I mean, this is how you can do. You don't have to get a out of the box idea in order to build a project. You can just copy someone's idea and add your taste to it.
That was great answer. Okay.
Okay.
So anybody else has any queries?
Else we should, because it's already 6:55.
Yeah.
We are about.
Okay. So thank you everyone for joining in. It has been a great session, and I want to especially thank Mr. Kaushal Vijay to join us and give us his golden words. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Have
Thank
a
you,
good night.
folks. Bye bye. Take care.